Oh, there's an arse penguin directly above you.
Yes, there is an arse penguin directly above me, as he usually is. That sounds really weird. So, funnily enough, your spoiler review on Adolescence has got Nikita watching that currently upstairs as well.
Oh, smashing. So your house is just full of people in different rooms doing different things.
Yes.
It is still weird that you've got a man, an arse penguin above you playing a computer game, and a woman in a different room watching TV, and you're downstairs talking to an internet friend. Or not a real friend, but over the internet when you
Yeah.
have two real people in your house.
Well, yeah.
Rage Whale. Welcome to another spoiler review episode.
Thanks for returning to our spoiler review episodes. This week we have returning regular guest Gareth joining us to talk about the new movie Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, and Ray Nicholson. We deviate a little towards the end. We hope you enjoy. Well, crikey, mate. This is Kevin here, and I've gone a completely different accent. I don't know what accent? What accent?
Started
don't know.
Australian, went to American, and then some weird hybrid Kev language.
I don't know what accent I'm doing. No, we're not drinking. This is middle of the day. We're both sober. Today's different. Today is different. James is not with us because he's very confused about what a cinema is when it comes to doing a movie podcast. Drew's not here because he's actually doing some film-related stuff. He's recording. He's doing some filming. That's all I'll say. He can tell you more if he wishes next time. But we have our original OG guest, Gareth.
The only one that matters.
How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm very good. As stated before we started recording, having a little break at the moment, but ultimately, yeah, I'm getting better. Working out.
Having a break from what? Oh, right.
Yeah,
What else has context?
I had a few days off work as well this week, so just a bit of time to chill. Did a bit of swim and spa over in Bracknell, as you messaged me saying, "Who swims in Bracknell?" I do, as do many people. And then cinema and Nando's yesterday.
But you don't live near Bracknell. Why are we over there?
Well, have you met Craig? You must remember Craig, big, tall, lanky dude.
Yes. Tall guy. Yeah.
He's the general manager over there, so he gets us like free tickets. So
fantastic.
That's why we.
So anyway, you were telling me that you've got very good at accents. What accent you got for us today, Gareth?
I didn't say I got very good. I said I've been practicing new ones. I was always terrible at Brummie. So because I drive there every day for work, I've just been picking up on some of the stuff around the yard, going, "Oi, Jamie, get over here." It's like, yeah, to me that doesn't sound good. But there's also that
a bit of Brummie.
There's an advert on the radio. It's like, "My nan go to Specsavers." That's terrible. I've just been saying Jamie a lot, and from West Bromwich. Yes.
Very good. Very good.
And a bit of Welsh.
I'm.
Go on.
What?
You are what? You are close to Wales.
I'm a stone's throw. We were thinking of moving there. We were looking at houses the other day there.
That's cool. Did you ever do your
get a little bit more for money?
Did you ever do your bet with James about seeing how long it takes you to walk to Wales?
No.
I am.
But I walk the dog.
Really old episode.
Yeah, I walk the dog literally just at one end of my road, and at the bottom of the road is the boundary. So it would take me 4 to 5 minutes walking the dog, but I could run there in under a minute, I'm sure.
You run?
Anyway. Yeah, I can run. So yeah, today's episode we're going to be talking about the new movie Novocaine. But before we get into that, I was just going to bring up, first of all, we're Rage Whale, as the three of us are going to be in London on February the 25th of April. And today's guest, Gareth, is going to be joining us.
What did you just say?
Aren't you?
February the 25th of April?
April 25th.
Yeah. I swore you said the word February in there.
I can't remember what I said already. Honestly, not drinking. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's just what happens when when us two get together. That's what happens. Crazy things get said.
I'm going to have a...
Mine's not as healthy, I'm afraid. Coke Zero.
I'm having Gillian Anderson's G-Spot Lift. Red berries in Sarawak. Whatever that is. Delicious, delicious. But yeah, so you're coming to London. What time are you joining us?
Whenever I wake up and get there. Don't forget I work nights.
So just after...
I literally just have to
So you're coming like early afternoon, like just after lunchtime type thing?
Yeah. So I don't
cool. Groovy.
Too early because I'm not working the day after. It doesn't really matter. So it's just trying to get up early when you get... Like, I can get in anywhere between 2 and 4 a.m. So got to get a decent amount of sleep.
Cool. Well, yeah, get up as early as you can. That's not silly, obviously. And we will see you there. Because me and Gareth are doing good things at the moment. We haven't been drinking for a while. Although we both broke yesterday for a brief stint, but we will be drinking on April 25th. So if anyone's listening wants to join us, come join us.
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a reminder to say we love and appreciate you all for listening to the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, follow, as this really helps us continue to progress and improve the content and keeps us making these fun episodes for you guys. Oh, we're also on these things called Instagram and TikTok. You can follow us there too, as we share short, funny reels on the reg that you can share with friends if you like. Now, back to the mayhem.
Yeah, we both literally just watched the film at Novocaine, and as Gareth alluded to earlier, we do want Gareth to join us every now and again, but because he works night shifts, he's never around when we're doing our records. So now we're doing the occasional spoiler review at the weekend. Gareth can join us. Before we get into the details, what did you enjoy the film? What was your initial kind of thoughts on Novocaine? And then I'll go into the synopsis.
Yeah,
did you enjoy it?
I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, because it was the other half had gone to see Captain America, the new Red Hulky film. She said she saw that trailer and thought it looked really good and thought I might be interested. So I was just like, well, we wanted to do something together for a day because we don't get to spend time away, like not in Andover much. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, it looks interesting. I didn't want to spoil it because I know, well, we all know how much trailers spoil films at the moment. So I just sort of had a brief look. I've heard quite a few radio adverts, like listening to it on the way up and down from work. So yeah, I thought it sounds kind of funny, a good concept.
Yeah, it does get quite badly spoiled in the trailer, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't watch the trailer then.
Well, to be fair, it's a simple plot. Plot. So for everyone listening, the film is called Novocaine, and it stars Jack Quaid and Amber Midthunder. Great name. It is about, well, the synopsis here says, when a girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her. I think that's quite basic. From the trailer, it just looked action-packed, like John Wick style, but the man has got a condition where he can't feel pain, so he's doing silly stuff. And in the trailer, this didn't appear in the film actually, but in the trailer, I just remember the guy, the guy in the computer game opposite him that's the friend of Spider-Man in those films, his sidekick.
Jacob
It's him on the
Batalon.
phone saying, you can die, right? You're not Wolverine.
Yeah,
and then
out the
Jack
film.
Quaid goes, I am Wolverine, and then punches the glass and gets spiky fists.
Yeah.
But that's not in the film, is it?
Well, the bit of him punching the glasses, but not that scene.
The wording.
Yeah, the wordings.
Yeah, the wordings.
I mentioned that earlier.
They're not there. And I was reading a little bit about it, and the director Dan Burke and Robert Olson are stated to say that they're meticulous about making sure that the internal logic of this film stayed grounded, because it is a mad idea, and you could easily run away with it. And like she says in the film, you're like a superhero, but he's not. He gets not hurt, but he can die, and if he gets punched in the head, you're going to be knocked out. You might not feel the pain, but your body will react like a human body. He's just like got no nerves, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he can be injured, killed, maimed, and cause damage. As we see in the very final scene, he is severely damaged.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how familiar you are. Do you know who Jack Quaid is? Do you understand that he is in the phrase Nepo baby?
That eludes me now. I know he's son of Dennis Quaid in Meg Ryan. That's about as far as I know. And then a few films he's been in, but not ones I'm familiar with either.
Well, that's it. So yeah, the Nepo baby, nepotism, basically a child of famous people becoming an actor themselves.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are quite disparaging about those type of people, because there's quite a few actors like that at the moment. There's 2 in this film, in fact. But I always feel that, that the nepotism might get them through the door of an audition.
Yeah.
But they're not going to get a job unless they're any good. And I mean, what did you think of Jack Quaid's performance in general?
I was
he's
thinking
good?
about this last. Yeah, to be honest, I started off by thinking, because obviously I hadn't really heard of him. So I was like, is this like a new guy on the scene? Is his acting going to be a bit terrible? And I actually thought, no, it was pretty decent, quite believable. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, he's from like The Boys, right?
Yeah.
That's where you recognize him from.
I actually recognize him from Rampage, funnily enough.
Rampage?
Yeah,
that sounds familiar. What's that? Is that a monkey one?
Yeah, that's Dwayne Johnson. That's my dad's one of his favourite films. He sticks on a lot, so I recognised his voice from it, funnily enough.
What a random film to associate him with. I mean, the big films he's been in is Scream.
Yeah.
Not the original, but the sequel that's just called Scream. Well, he's in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as Peter Parker.
Okay, he does his voice.
As one of the Peter Parkers, anyway. Excuse me. He's also in Oppenheimer. And he is in the new film that's kind of like a comedy action horror called Companion. I don't know, you probably haven't seen that, but it's fairly new out, that one.
I've seen that picture,
AI.
Actually. Yeah.
It's very good. It's got that girl that's in it. It's from Heretic. She's brilliant as well. But yeah, he's also in, obviously, like we just said, The Boys, Logan Lucky. He's been in the Hunger Games as well. And yeah, even though he's like son of famous people, I think he stands his own. And this is probably one of his best performances. And it's quite easy to say this film is just a silly action film. I think it's very easy to do that, but I think it's done so well. I was so impressed by the fact that, because like I said, I've seen the trailer about 10 times. It's on every time I go to the cinema. And I expect it to be fully action-packed and insane. And I liked the first 20 to half an hour. It was just really normal, getting to know him and getting to know the girl. And I think that made us care about the characters more, care about the story, and made it more just better, really, because you got to see their characteristics and got to like them and know that he is not an action hero. He is terrified of people almost. He's a recluse. He's been bullied his whole life. He's not confident.
I like the fact that all of those things, you see him with his mega tattoos. I thought that was pretty cool. Just like this shy guy.
Yeah,
like, actually, I'm full of tattoos.
Yeah, which he did himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just had time to practice, just hurting himself. But she's done the same. She's been self-harming.
Yeah.
And I suppose tattooing yourself is technically self-harming.
Technically. Yeah.
Oh, that was the weirdest bit. When he tattooed the address on the palm of his hand, I thought that was the only bit. I mean, there was lots of silly moments, but that was the bit where I was like, you can remember one number and one name.
Yeah. I saw that coming, to be honest. I was like, he's going to... Yeah. How good, though?
I thought he was going to the guy and take his limb off or something.
How good was that opening soundtrack, though? They're very clever.
Everybody hurts.
Yeah.
Everybody hurts.
Except him.
Sometimes. Except him. And what was the other song that came on afterwards? There was another good song. Was it like ACD? No, was it some Rocky thing came on when it was the same scene again? Remember after he'd met the girl and he woke up and he was excited. It was the same intro, basically. The very beginning intro, but rather than Everybody Hurts and Sad Sack, it was upbeat and Rocky. I can't remember what song it was now.
So you only saw it, an hour or two ago?
I know. But you without jumping around too much, the joke, the bit I liked is that when basically Jack Quaid meets this girl that works in the bank. He is an assistant manager and he fancies this girl, but he's too nervous to do anything or say anything about it. She accidentally spills hot coffee on him, burns his hand, but he doesn't react. So she apologizes, taking him out to lunch. But because he's been, how would you say it, kept mollycoddled as a child because of this condition, he was meant to die by the age of 25, doctor said. So his parents kind of wrapped him up in cotton wool, wouldn't let him eat anything because he couldn't feel if he was biting his tongue or going to, swallow his tongue, basically. So he's been on a liquid diet since he was a child. And she basically wants him to have a bit of cherry pie, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And he absolutely loves it. And it comes up 2 more times in the film where he actually eats something for the second and third time. That ending where he's eating the pie and he's smiling and getting confident, I was like, blood's going to come pouring out his mouth in a second. I was
waiting for that.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Did you think the same?
Yeah, exactly the same. I also think that also leaves it open for maybe something else. Maybe not so much as a sequel, but a further story. Maybe for other people to make not an ending as such, but to follow on from it.
Yeah, I thought it was well done. It could go. I think it's a good standalone film, but yeah, they could go on more because it's such an interesting ailment to have not feel pain but still be able to get hurt. It's kind of like all the Marvel films like Deadpool and stuff like that. He's basically Deadpool, but it does affect him. He doesn't just regenerate. He does. He's got to be careful. But that killing at the end where he stabs that guy, it was just a close up of the guy getting stabbed in the mouth, and when he pulls away the implement he did it with, you realize it was his broken bone of his forearm.
Yeah.
I was like, that was gnarly. That was great.
Radius.
What was your favorite bit? What was your favorite violent?
I kind of liked the Home Alone scene where he was trying to sneak through the house and they booby trapped it. That big mace swinging down. He's like, why can't I move? Because obviously you can't feel it, and he's just like, okay.
What's that? What is that? Yeah, that was a bit, and I like that he referenced Home Alone. He goes, yeah, this guy's really into Home Alone, man.
Yeah. That's why I called it.
That brought up the better scene, I thought. When he was getting tortured by the brother.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw a clip of it in the trailer, but it was longer. It was brilliant. It was like, oh, wow, yeah, wow, that really hurts, man. That's terrible. Don't do that to me. Wow, and just like stabbing him and pulling his like fingernails out, and he's trying to pretend it hurts.
Yeah,
really badly. I think you've got to be a good actor to act bad.
Yes, that's what made me decide that he was actually pretty decent. That scene.
Yeah. Well, do you know who the other Nepo baby in this film is?
No, I'd have to poke a guess. I'd
Poke
probably
a guess.
Yes, poke a guess. Not a guest. That would be a bit random and weird. I'd guess either the girl or the main bad guy.
Correct.
The only other two people in the film.
No, the main bad guy.
Yeah.
So the main bad guy, who is the brother, see if you can guess. It shouldn't be difficult. His name is Ray Nicholson.
Okay. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, it's Jack Nicholson's son, man. He's got the same big, creepy smile. Like,
now I can see it now, yeah.
It's the handsome, terrifying face that looks creepy as shit. He was in, he's done a bunch of films, but his big breakout role as a bigger main part is Smile 2, which I still haven't seen yet, because the first one was shit, but number 2 is meant to be good. But he's in loads of stuff. He was in films as a kid, obviously, because that's probably the nepotism part. Like the Bench Warmers. Don't know if you remember that film with David Spade and Rob Schneider.
No.
No,
nah, doesn't ring a bell.
Back in 2006, proper cheesy stuff. But he was in like Promising Young Woman, which was fantastic as well. A few other things, but he's in a film coming out, I assume this year. Yes, which I'm looking forward to seeing. It's called Borderline.
Okay.
And it's a new horror with Samantha Wearing. Is that her name? So it's from the writer of Cocaine Bear, so it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
And the producers are Saltburn and Barbie, and it's a bodyguard protects a pop superstar and her athlete boyfriend from a determined stalker in 1990s Los Angeles, and Nicholson is the stalker.
Okay. I can't be sure, but I think I might have seen a trailer to that yesterday when I watched this film. But I got there quite late. I got there quite late, so I missed like the first, I don't know, however many trailers, but I come in and it was something that sounds very similar to that. I only caught half of it, but I didn't know what it was.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of big trailers at the moment to go into that, because Warfare, did you get a trailer for that?
Warfare? No.
The army one? No?
No. I saw The Karate Kid,
amazing.
And I saw Mission Impossible.
Yes, Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise is finally looking old.
Yeah, he's still looking good for his age, but he should be looking older. I think there's nothing wrong with that, yeah.
No, not at all. But
it's got our guests.
Oh, yeah. Paul Bullion.
Yeah. Paul Bullion from episode 92. If you want to hear more about Mission Impossible 8, listen to episode 92. Hopefully we'll have him on again in the summertime after the film's out to talk about it, do a spoiler review with him.
I still think we should do it live in London.
Yeah, in the 25th we might do a little live, not an episode, just go Instagram live for a few minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. I can be silly.
We'll do something like that. Well, yes, we'll be in person, so you'll be annoying me. So, yeah, something will happen. And now you've got some muscles, apparently. You might be able to actually beat me for once.
For once? I think we're remembering things very differently.
I think the last rugby tackle you did on me, you ended up on your arse, didn't you?
I don't think I've
so.
ever rugby tackled you. I know you fell on your ass in the hotel room after Sleep Token.
I don't remember the end of that evening, to be honest.
I know.
But
I
remember the beginning of the evening.
I was like, I woke up in the morning. Why am I naked? I didn't know what you'd done to me.
Just to caveat that for the audience, there was about I can't remember which one that was. That there was 3 of us in the room, and Gareth doesn't like clothes or covers. All in separate beds.
I think JD was really shocked on that one.
Was there 4 of us? Was J?
Yeah, it was me.
JD went home
in that room.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one. Yeah. That one. That was Sleep Token. What was the other one? Oh, Better Lovers and Frontierer. That was with Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So anyway, to go back to the actors, the main female co-star, Amber Midthunder, actual name.
Yeah.
Love it. I know the only film I know her from is the film Prey. You've seen that, right?
No, I haven't, but I saw that she was
Predator.
Yeah, I've heard of it, never seen it.
Have you got?
I have got
Disney.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so good. Genuinely came out 2022. Genuinely amazing. It's a Predator film, but it's like old school. There's no guns and shit. She's literally like an Aboriginal warrior in the wilderness, and she's just using an axe and bow and arrows and stuff like that, and traps and things like that. And it is nuts. It's more of a it's not super over the top action. It's like creepy, stalking, hiding, pouncing, some violent-y, gory bits, but generally speaking, it's more of an intense thriller than a stupid Predator over the top film, if that makes sense. And she was recently in the film Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage in 23, and Opus, which I watched a couple of weeks ago, with Ayo Edebiri.
There was very good as well. There was another one that I've recognised her from, but I can't remember what it was now. I literally looked it up before coming on air. I can't remember.
Oh, what, the girl?
Yeah.
She was in Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Right.
Legion, The Ice Road.
Oh, no, it was Marksman with Liam Neeson. She was in that. That was a good film.
Which one?
The Marksman.
Oh, The Marksman.
Yeah.
Never even heard of that.
Ooh, that's one of
she's been in 2 Liam...
Yeah, that's one of his better, newer ones.
So she's not been in many films, but she's been in 2 Liam Neeson films.
Yeah.
Random. Oh no, she's actually been quite a lot, actually, going back, but not many of them I don't think are all American or bigger films. But anyway, she's definitely broke through now, which is good. So yeah, no, it's a good cast, definitely. I would say let's have a look at what's on my checklist to talk about. What was the worst part? What was the bit you didn't like? Was there anything there you thought, that's rubbish, or that doesn't make sense? Or
to be honest, it was. Because I said to Nikita, I was just like, that's not right. That's a bit weird. And I can't remember the bloody part now. But there was one bit I thought...
Cool.
Yeah. But there was one bit that didn't make sense, but I can't remember what that bit was, so I should have really written that down. So
everyone go and watch this film and figure it out for yourself. And I think because I think the reviews about it have been kind of a bit mixed. I think the majority seems to be above average action film.
Yeah.
You know, brutal yet entertaining with a comedic punch. The superhero of pain. Above average action flick. But I do think it was better than I was expecting. I almost didn't go and see it. I almost thought, it looks fun, but I'm not that bothered if I miss it or not. Because you said you were going, I thought, I will go and I'll treat myself. And I did thoroughly enjoy it. But it was just a nice and easy sort of watch as well. It wasn't too intense or anything like that. Even though there was intense action scenes, it was easy to follow, nothing too complicated. It was
I
just
thought it
good.
was very subtle. I don't. As it started out, the humor was quite subtle. It didn't go full crazy straight away, and the action again was also quite subtle. So it was like, is it an action? Is it a comedy? And then it ended up being both in the end. But
well, that's it, because he's quite sweet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like him, don't you?
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of someone.
And I was trying to see. Oh yeah, I was just looking through some of the other things as well, because I always like to know who other actors were that meant to play the part, but I think you tend to find those out a bit later down the line, not when it's a new film. But that scene I mentioned earlier, where Nathan uses his broken arm bone to finish Simon, was a reference to one of Havoc's fatalities in Mortal Kombat 1, if you remember that.
I was looking at that game yesterday. I nearly bought it. Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, and the other one that we mentioned as well, where he's punching the broken glass on the floor with his bare fists, so they stick in, and then he can punch someone with and cut them. It is inspired from Bloodsport 1988 with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where they have a fighting match where they dip their hands in glass. I mean, I got that reference a little bit, but it's not quite the same. They were covered in gauze, it was sticky, and it was just pressed into it lightly and used to fight. So not quite the same.
Proper in his fist. And that other guy, was he South African? The big dude. He's like, "What are you doing?" She's like,
yeah. Well, the film was filmed in Cape Town in Africa.
That's cool. I like the way he died, to be honest. No, was it him?
He didn't die. He just got punched in the eyes.
No, it was the brother. The second brother. The second brother?
The first death.
Yeah. No, the second death, when he had the crossbow bolt through his leg and he used it in the end to stick through his leg.
Yeah.
I like that one.
To be fair, if that was a different production, that would have been gory and disgusting and an amazing kill, but it was kind of comical in this setting. But if you compare it with like recent gory murdery films like The Monkey, Terrifier, things like that, I think that one you just mentioned with the bow and arrow is definitely up there. That was a really good one. For the context for the listeners, for some reason, this house that he tries to go and find the girl that's been kidnapped, and he finds the address of one of the people who did the bank heist and the kidnapping, and he goes to their house, and this is the Home Alone house where he's booby trapped it because he's a survivalist. And he goes into the kitchen and there's no booby trap. Everything's cool. And he just goes and looks at a photograph on the fridge, and a bow and a crossbow is under the sink and fires below his knee at his lower leg. No, it's above his knee, just above his knee and his thigh. It's like, why would you do it there? Why would you not do it to the face? You know, it's just like an inconvenience rather than anything else.
It's probably because just in case he forgets that he's done that one, at least if he gets hit by his own trap, it's only in the leg. Maybe.
Yeah, but the other traps are like heavy things falling on your head from the ground, a spiky mace that should kill anyone that swings, the sledgehammer that luckily the guy's wearing a
helmet,
a motorcycle helmet, doesn't hurt him too much, but that would have taken your head off. But the bow and arrow, goes straight through his leg. And for the rest of the scene, for like another 15, 20 minutes, he's just walking around with... Yeah, just kind of hobbling around. Yeah, and at that last minute when the guy is on top of him, strangling him, just about to kill him, that's when he just brings his thigh up and wraps his legs around the guy's neck, and the spike hits his face, and he just taps it on one end and splurts through his entire face. Brilliant.
Splurts.
I like that one. It was a fantastic splurt. Let's see if there's any goofs. I like a bit of IMDb as well. Yeah, there's quite a few little errors and stuff like that. Apparently the gun where he was going to shoot the manager at the beginning is a specific type of gun that you need to cock the hammer before firing, which it wasn't.
Who goes on and finds these things?
I know, and it's also who cares. It says after Simon pistol whips the bank manager in the bank, it's clear that he's holding a rubber prop stunt gun whilst delivering his dialogue. Is it clear? Was that clear? I don't think it was. And I don't really want people to be hit for real with a real gun. That's ridiculous. So yeah, no, I'm glad. Oh, here we go, soundtracks. So yeah, Everybody Hurts by REM. What was the other one? Oh, I Believe in a Thing Called Love. I believe I can make it now. I can't go that high. You can. Give it.
No, God. No,
come on. You love The Darkness. Did you come see The Darkness with me and Dave? I can't remember.
In Dave? The Darkness was in Dave. They're playing Download this year. I'll go and see them then.
Are you going?
Yeah. Got my motorhome and everything. Brum, 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 brum.
What?
What?
You're going to drive and stay in the motorhome?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Giving camping a miss, seeing if I enjoy it anymore with a camper van or a motorhome.
The answer is yes.
The floor is not my cup of tea anymore.
That sucks big time. Right, let's have a look who's playing.
Who cares?
Download 22.
Venga Boys. District X, Venga Boys.
Okay. So yeah. Shall I quiz you? We'll do a little quiz.
Okay.
Download 22. Friday. Who is
Download 22. Okay.
Who is the main support for the headliner on Friday?
Oh God.
Dum, 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 dum,
don't do that.
Dum, dum,
I can't remember.
Who
played 2022? Huh?
I just gave you a big clue.
I wasn't listening.
You don't have to listen because I screamed that at you. Wii U. Wii U. I can't keep doing that. Wii U, I look just like Buddy Holly. And who married Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that.
Well, Weezer in 2022?
Oh my God, it's Download 22. This is the 22nd download, the one you're going to, you dickhead.
You confused me by saying Download 22. I'm thinking of the year 22, not the 22nd
Download 22.
Okay, well, yes, I knew Weezer was going to be there, yes.
But how did you not get Wii U? Never mind an entire lyric.
Because Wii U. Anyone can say Wii U.
God. All right. Well, some of the worst bands in history are playing this year.
In your opinion?
No, I'm sure it'll be fun. It's always going to be fun. But there is some utter garbage playing.
There's always
some good bands, obviously, as well. Yeah, but who's put Shine down to support Sleep Token on Saturday?
Yeah, that was...
Who's going to see a wanky band like that?
I saw Shinedown in 22, and to be honest, they were pretty decent live. But when they announced it, the announcement was just so underwhelming. It's yeah, great, they play all the time.
They should be supporting Creed.
Yeah,
somewhere stupid.
They should probably be further down the list as well. I'm kind of hoping one more announcement will bring in a slightly bigger band to put under Sleep Token.
But that's a good day technically, because you got Static Dress. Do catch them, they're amazing. Then
They're
Loathe, then Hatebreed, and then Poppy. Poppy is amazing live.
Be watching
Me
Poppy.
and Ryan saw her last year.
She's on at the top of my list.
And she keeps getting heavier, which is good. I mean, it's more commercial heavier, but it's still good commercial heavier. Oh my god, Cradle of Filth are back as well.
Yeah.
See again, if I was younger, I'd just go and enjoy the bands that are playing. But I don't think, and you probably would agree with me, there's no bands here that I've not seen that I would want to see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've seen all the bands I want to see. There's no new bands here that would encourage me to go.
I say there's quite a few new bands. The first announcement got me in. That was it. The second announcement I wasn't bothered by. But that first announcement, I was
so who are you most looking forward to that you have not seen?
Green Day.
Oh.
Not one of my favourite bands, but grew up with them and it's going to be nostalgic. I've never seen them before, so Green Day is going to be fun.
You got to go see them. I can't believe you didn't join. Yeah, you didn't join us in London when it was Eleanor came with me and JD and Saeed and all that.
Yeah, no. I can't. I don't even think I got invited to that, to be honest.
You would have been.
Korn, I've not seen headline before. They've never had headlined download, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I've seen them plenty of times. I've seen Sleep Token once, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. So always going to look forward to seeing them again.
But yes, Sunday looks decent. A couple of decent ones there because you got Ginger, followed by Meshuggah.
Ginger I missed last time they were there, so they're high up my list to go and see as well. Oh shit!
Definitely.
The box decided it wanted to fall over.
And Sixth are back. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now we're just naming bands to people, but this is interesting. I like this. Yeah, I think that's worth going to see because they'll be on at the same time as Bullet for My Valentine, who can piss off.
Yeah. Kind of
look at the smaller stages.
Funeral for a Friend are playing an acoustic set in District X on, I think it's a Thursday night. That should be interesting. That'll be a big sing-along for everyone, I reckon.
Oh, they're not here. Yeah, I don't see them listed there. You got McFly. What the hell?
Yeah, McFly. Following on from last year's Busted.
And Apocalyptica. Kate just went to see Apocalyptica a couple of months back.
Yeah, I remember seeing their episode. She's saying she was going to see them. What was I going to say then?
I remember I mentioned to you you're going to enjoy
Alien Ant Farm are playing.
Yeah, I saw me, JD, and Saeed saw Alien Ant Farm with the main band was POD,
right.
supported by Alien Ant Farm and.
Sounds terrible. Have you heard POD's new song?
No. But I think there's some good.
It's played at my gym a lot.
Yeah, there's some good stuff there that's worth seeing. I can't remember what you just said a minute ago. I was going to bounce off that. Oh yeah, as we mentioned, Kate, I said to you like a couple of weeks ago, you're going to enjoy next week's episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since the decent episodes come out. They're all spoilers. I was like, give me an actual episode. I want to hear.
Well, what do you want in an episode?
Just you all take a piss out of games, really.
But I don't want to do like movie news and stuff now because we want to do a bit of less recording. So it's not every week, but we still have something coming out every week. So we do one every 2 weeks, except something like this where there's a film that crops up. But then, I want to have it more concise so people know what they're listening to rather than just random shit. So it's like, you're getting a spoiler review. It's not, like today, we're going to talk about that one film, but then we're still going to bounce around a little bit and a deep dive into certain things and a guest, and the guests can choose the subject matter, basically.
Yeah. What vinyl have you got behind you? Sorry.
The vinyl today is Jeff Buckley Grace, one of the greatest albums of the century, 20th century.
At least you got the word century right.
Like Jeff Buckley? Do you like Jeff Buckley?
I'm aware of him, but I don't. No, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything.
What do you mean? Hallelujah.
Okay, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
that one. And my favorite song of his is "Lover, You Should Have Come On Over."
Of course, it is.
It's very good. You should play that.
I'm struggling to keep hold of this box. It's going to fall over in the books that my phone is resting on. And I need a Wii.
You should spend £5 and get a little camera, a little phone holder. Anyway, before we go, what whale rating would you give this film?
I just want to do a Chris now, but I'm not going to.
4.11.
Yes. I'd probably go. Oh, it's tough. A solid 4. I reckon. 3.5. I was thinking 3.5, but I enjoyed it more than I thought I did. So I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. And do you complain I always give films high rating, or is that just James? I'm sure you did as well.
It's just James. I do like hearing your arguments about out of 5 or out of 10. It's just math. Like, you give it an 8 out of 10, that's a 4 out of 5. Like, who cares?
Yeah, he's like, no, it's more like a 3.2. I'm like, no, it's maths. It's 4. It's very clearly specific numbers. Yeah, I think I would agree. I think I'd go solid 4 whales out of 5 whales. I think that's where it needs to sit.
Not 7
Happy
whales.
days. No, but just so audience knows, Gareth is I mentioned it earlier, but our first guest that we've had on this podcast when we're still just trying to work out what we're doing. And probably the person who's listened or watched most episodes.
Probably a few times. Thing is, I've started listening to all again because I'm on Spotify and I can watch the videos. But when I started, I had a truck that didn't have like the newer Bluetooth things. But now I've got my old truck back. It's got proper Bluetooth. If my phone connects to the Bluetooth, it doesn't let me watch the video. So it's just like, I'm going to have to watch them all again at home because I like to listen when I'm driving.
You're a weird man, and so is everyone else who is currently listening. I've
started listening to a second podcast. I don't do podcasts. This is the only thing I listen to. But your episode finished, and then football came on. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher.
Why the hell would that come on after that?
I don't know, but it's bloody enjoyable. So I've started listening to that now when I'm waiting for your episodes to come out.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, fantastic. I can't think of anything else. I think we're good. We should end on that one then, unless you've got anything you want to say.
No, I'm just thoroughly looking forward to April 25th. Be nice to see your face. And me and James are going to probably cause havoc. Because I'm going to be annoying you and he's going to be annoying me.
Oh, and I found a photo of you attacking James.
What do we call him? The something cow.
I don't know. That was in Kate's house, and he was hidden behind a plant.
Yes. What's funny is the screen has frozen on that, so now that's all I can see.
Oh no! So for the people listening at home, the photo I showed Gareth is a picture of James from Rage Whale, wearing a girl's fluffy coat that's white with black spots on it that looks like cow pattern, and he's wearing it, and Gareth has rugby tackled him to the floor and is pinning him to the floor. So yeah, fantastic.
Did we call him Jungle Cow? I'm sure it's captioned on my Facebook.
Probably something along those lines. When you find out, I cannot wait to hear.
But I say I can't check my phone because it's up there recording me.
Well, anyway, is Chris in the other room?
Chris is upstairs.
Oh, there's an arse penguin directly above you.
Yes, there is an arse penguin directly above me. As he usually is. That sounds really weird.
That is proper weird. And does he listen still?
Yes, he's up to date, I think. He says he doesn't listen to the spoiler episodes unless it's a film he's actually seen, which isn't any because he doesn't go to the cinema. He's like James.
Well, that's a good one. But no, we do a lot of spoilers of older films as well. So we mix it up some new ones and some old ones.
Zeitgeists.
Zeitgeist, yes. Yeah. There's no point doing the Zeitgeist of Novocaine because the Zeitgeist is Gareth is wearing a vest.
So, funnily enough, your spoiler review on Adolescence has got Nikita watching that currently upstairs as well.
Oh, smashing.
You just started watching it.
So your house is just full of people in different rooms doing different things.
Yes. People can do that, actually. It is doable.
I know it's feasible. It is still weird that you've got an arse penguin above you playing a computer game and a woman in a different room watching TV, and you're downstairs talking to an internet friend. Or not a real friend, but over the internet when you have two real people in your house.
Well, yeah, you probably wouldn't want them hanging around down here. So.
No, it'd be a bit weird if there was just two people like hovering in the background.
Christian is weird, like leaning and going, "What?"
Hi to them both and give Arse Penguin a pat on the head for me.
I shall.
Shall indeed. I will see you April 25th.
Yes.
And that will be mayhem. I'm looking forward to it.
Same.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I want one more honk. That was too many.
Oh, dear Lord. Go away. Shoo.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time. Oh, wait! Before you go and enjoy the rest of your day, we would really appreciate if you had a spare 5 seconds, a follow and a 5-star rating. Also, don't forget to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok, where we have updates, movie-related content, and funny clips from the show. Please tell all your friends. Thanks for hanging out with us till the very end. Have a great rest of your day.